Sometimes life feels like a storm, everything falling apart, no shelter, no hope. But do you know, thousands of years ago, a young boy stood against a storm that threatened an entire village, and he won not with strength but with faith. Govardhan Puja, the day when Lord Krishna lifted a mountain to protect his people. But more than a story, it's a lesson, a message of courage, self belief, and unity. People of Vrindavan were preparing grand rituals for Lord Indra. Krishna asked, "Why worship Indra? The real power lies in nature, in Govardhan Hill that gives us food and shelter." Villagers were scared. If we stop, Indradev will punish us. But Krishna said, "True power is not outside, it's within." This is the first lesson of life. Don't worship fear, worship truth. Indra unleashed his anger, but Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill with a single finger. People gathered below, safe, united. When you stand for truth, the universe itself becomes your child. Every one of us faces storms, failure, rejection, fear, but if we lift our mountain of courage, we can protect not just ourselves but others too. Indra finally understood his pride broke. He bowed to Krishna. Even the strongest must learn humility. Power with faith saves. Don't let ego control your actions. Every storm has a purpose, it shows who stands firm. But like Krishna, calm, confident, compassionate, Govardhan Puja reminds us no matter how big the storm, faith can lift the mountains. You don't need magic, you need belief in yourself, in goodness, and in the higher purpose of life. Today, promise yourself when challenges come, I will lift my own Govardhan with faith and courage. Sometimes life feels like a never ending storm. Dreams break, hope fades, and fear takes control. In such moments, we look up waiting for a miracle. But miracles don't come from the sky, they rise from within. Thousands of years ago, in a small village called Vrindavan, one young boy thought the world is truth. He didn't just lift a mountain, he lifted faith of humanity. That boy was Krishna and became known as Govardhan Puja, the celebration of courage, compassion, and belief. The people of Vrindavan were preparing for a grand festival worshipping Lord Indra, the god of rain. They believed if we don't please Indra, there will be no rain. No rain means no crops, no life. But Krishna, just a child, asked a simple question: why do we worship fear? Shouldn't we worship the one who gives us everything, the earth, the mountain, the cows, the trees? The elders were shocked. How can a child question a god? But Krishna smiled. True worship is not about pleasing power, it's about respecting sustains us. And that is the first lesson of life. Don't surrender to fear, stand for truth. Even if you stand alone, the villagers decided to follow Krishna. The villagers they offered food and prayers to Govardhan Hill, the symbol of nature and life. When Indra saw this, his pride turned into fury. He said, "How dare they ignore me? I will destroy Vrindavan with my storm." Thousand thunder rolled, rain poured without mercy. The people ran in fear, homes were flooded, cattle terrified, and crops wasted away. They cried out, "Krishna, save us!" And then Krishna stepped forward, calm, fearless, divine. He placed his little finger beneath the mighty Govardhan hill and lifted it like an umbrella. When life rains problems, don't run away. Lift your mountain. Under that mountain, everyone gathered, young, old, rich, poor, united by faith. For 7 days and 7 nights, Krishna held the mountains bow before you. Every storm you face, failure, rejection, heartbreak, is your Indra. But your courage, your calmness, your inner Krishna can lift your own Govardhan. You don't need strength to fight life, you need belief to stand firm. When Indra saw that his storms couldn't harm Vrindavan, his arrogance shattered. He realized the truth power without humility is destruction. He bowed before Krishna and said, "Forgive me, Lord, I was blinded by my pride." Krishna smiled. "Indra, you are not my enemy, your ego is. The storm wasn't sent to destroy it, was sent to teach. And that's the second great lesson. Sometimes life's storms aren't here to break you, but to show you your true strength. We all have an Indra inside us, ego, anger, insecurity. We also have a Krishna, calm, wise, loving, who wins depends on whom we listen to. Govardhan Puja is not just a festival, it's a mirror. It reminds us that real power is not in control, it's in compassion. Real faith is not in rituals, it's in courage. Real worship is not in fear, it's in love for nature, people, and purpose. When the storm comes next time, remember Krishna lifting the mountain. Remember the villagers standing united under faith. Remember you have that same power. You don't need to move mountains, you just need to lift your spirit. Let this Govardhan Puja remind you when the world doubts you, stay calm. When problems arise, lift your courage. When ego whispers, listen to your heart, because the one who believes can lift anything, even a mountain. So today, promise yourself, I will rise, I will no run from the storm, I will lift my mountain with faith, with love, with light.